Hey guys, Type here bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Nexus. Playing today, spawning on the left we have Bull Moose playing as OKW. Immediately going for special operations. Sophism on the right we have SasquatchCV playing as Brits. Straight away going for tactical support. Dropped in a squad of raid sections. This is a Patreon backer submitted game. Rankings here, Bull Moose around rank 2000. Here's SasquatchCV still in placement matches. That is around rank 1000 with Brits in random twos. There's a bit of a guideline. So early game, good engagement so far from Sasquatch. Also has stern pyros. Taking control of the building now. Bull Moose really needs to get out of there. He's behind light cover. It's too heavy now. Got to get chopped to pieces in this 2-on-1. He's branching out to the other side of the map to try and take that easy territory. So you can see the raid sections coming out for Sasquatch. There go the folks. Sandbags coming up for Sasquatch, or he has one on the cutoff. So yeah, a bit of a tough go for Bull Moose at the start. Looks like he is going to come back up to the north though. Could be some trouble though if he tries to charge in against this heavy cover position. Here he comes now. Empire's leading the way. They're getting focused down first, as they should. Doing a reasonable amount of damage. Didn't quite get close enough with the Folks Grenadiers though. Possible that some models at the back weren't inside the minimum range. So they were still fighting against heavy cover there. Incendiary grenade though wins the engagement. Has the tech truck out. I can't plant it down yet really. Dash for the building, but ooh, the raid section ends up losing it. Might not be to the advantage of the Folks Grenadiers though, only one window. So 1v5 doesn't go terribly well for him. Maybe if they had like the STGs upgraded they could try that on, but just with the regular Kar 98 didn't really work out. So you should be able to win this. They had enough of a head start. Still a pretty close one. Engineers out for Sasquatch now, capping some back territory. Remember those Royal Engineers do have a pretty good capping speed bonus, so pretty effective at doing that, capping up the back sectors. Platoon command coming in now. With raid sections and stuff like this, might be worthwhile getting medics as Sasquatch. You know, he also could go for some medkits on both his sections as well. It's not completely lacking in sections. Pyrotechnics are pretty nice though, I do like the extra sight they provide. Okay, there you go. Engineers, oh, late retreat for Bull Moose. Should be running and gunning, chasing that down. That's almost guaranteed wipe. Missed opportunity there for Sasquatch.
Our capture point. They're trying to
disengaging too quickly. Maybe if it was like the regular section, maybe it would have got away, but this is a raid section, you know, much more similar to Rifleman in terms of performance. We do have very good moving performance. Very fast battle group from Bull Moose. Use that to bridge the gap. Get out the Sturm officer, nice to see. Here come the medics now for Sasquatch. So all infantry to this point. It's not ticked AEC yet. Sturm is not the ideal range for them. Slowly getting picked apart from that heavy cover sandbag. Incendiary grenade out. These guys very, very low. Could drop a lot of models. Empires are still here. See grenade chopping away. Oh, Bull Moose late on the retreat, but it's just enough. Ooh, close call on both sides. Okay. Almost really has to be a bit more conservative with his retreat timings. He's got medics out now though, so can start to heal up. Desperately needed for a couple of these squads. Maybe even this one you could consider like capping this point then retreating. Has not captured the munitions at all so far, so very low on munitions. Throwing those 2 incendiary grenades and that's pretty much it. Narrowly you can maybe squeeze out a crate of medics, but not in this case. Med supplies from the stern piles, that is. Getting up back here. It's quite nice now with the British, they all seem to retreat to like roughly this position, so it makes it very easy to position your medics. Unlike with US forces. Bolster done for Sasquatch, interesting choice. I think one of the advantages of going for the raid sections is maybe you don't need the bolster, you're maybe better served going for the fast weapon racks. Mine down. A couple mines down in fact for Sasquatch. Nice to see.
Enemies trying to take a point from us.
Soft retreating now. Giving up the VP in the north. VP's not really decisively in either player's favour at this stage. But Bullmoose finally capping up those back sectors. Has much better territory control now overall.
We're losing a capture point.
This is where Fortunators can struggle up against the bolstered sections with no STGs yet. Almost making use of the target them ability, trying to focus down the squad. Not quite enough to win the engagement overall with the raid section coming in as well. Now the officer's in some trouble. I think ideally probably just wouldn't just retreat. Let's try save those munitions for the STGs. Even if he did win the engagement, you know, if the raid section didn't come in and he did end up winning the engagement, it's kind of like short term versus long term, right? Long term STGs are going to pay off a lot better, especially when you're quite munition starved. Do also have the infiltration grenades in this commander, so you don't want to forget about those. Okay, so Sasquatch going for an AEC. This is... oh. For the white, and gets it. Nice work there by Bullmoose getting to the retreat path. I'd say this is like a classic mistake to make. You know, if you're not up against a light vehicle from your opponent, generally just don't like getting the AEC. It just doesn't do that much anti-infantry damage. But it's generally not worthwhile. Better off just saving your fuel, getting out a fast medium instead. Rocket in response for Bullmoose. Okay, does get away. Some close calls from Bullmoose so far. Is he getting in close now? Might as well, since neither of these squads have access to a Faust. Could potentially upgrade the Shrek, but as I say, I think I would be trying to save munitions for the STGs. Maybe if he didn't have enough manpower to go for the Rocket, then the Shrek would be a reasonable choice here, but definitely not the case currently. And does have the weapon racks out now, so Sasquatch going for full upgrades. Do you only have one Breen on that squad? Yes, only one. Should pick up two. He's got plenty of munitions, might as well. Can upgrade these as well. You don't need to go back to the weapon racks. Which is quite nice. Here comes Stern Pios. Coming up from the OKW base. Sasquatch camping up there in the north. Throws out a Molotov. End up Not doing too much though. Getting slowly coming forwards. Section wants to get involved.
Enemy causing
Empires
trouble.
will
Trying to
drop
take one
very
of our
quickly,
points.
extremely low on health. Wow, very lucky to get away with 3 models there.
Supplies looking a bit squiffy.
Getting spotted by the
Nice
section.
mid-shot.
Quite a lot of damage, but here come the
That's right to
OKW
take it.
reinforcements. Now the section outnumbered. AC has to back away. Clears the path. Could be an idea for the AC to try come out to the flanks, check that the path is clear. I don't know if he knows about this machine gun at all, but could go for like a combination play. Maybe Royal Engineers and AC coming out to here, try to get some easy territory. Since he's so badly outnumbered in the center at the moment, knows the kitten was around there, but actually ended up retreating just then.
We're losing a capture point.
For some reason, maybe that was a misclick. So it does open up the opportunity for the AC to do some more damage through the center. Okay, looks like he's got double brains on that squad now. Rectified that earlier issue. Vickers K on the raid section, but the sandbags holding up well for the officers so far. There's a smoke versus the Molotov. Here comes the Rakitten again. Officer getting a touch low. Getting just out of range. Doesn't quite have sight, I suppose. And hard retreating there with the Rakitten. Probably didn't have to hard retreat. We could have just repositioned. Now that means the AC can come in and do a lot of damage, whereas maybe would still have to be on its toes. Ooh, but he gets the wipe.
Unfortunately, we've lost a unit.
Wow. I feel like that's pretty unlucky for Sasquatch. Squad down, so now Bull Moose actually in a really good position. Sasquatch has been struggling for territory control for the last few minutes. Losing another squad is only going to add to his woes. Replaces it with another raid section though. But yeah, has gone for all the side upgrades, bolster, AEC, weapon racks, so Sasquatch going to be very slow to get out a medium tank this game. Could definitely hurt him. Bull Moose, you can see, pretty close to a medium already. By the time he gets down his tech truck and upgrades it, he'll be pretty much ready to go on the Panzer IV construction. This is Rakitten going right into the engineers. Quite painful. Another mine down from Sasquatch though. He's doing well in that department considering it only has one engineer. Now a trench looking to camp the center. Only one position inside the trench, so MG can't jump in. Camping on the far flank though. Officer getting pretty close to Vet 2. Is very dependent on Vet. Let's get some very nice Vet bonuses. Molotov out from Sasquatch, might as well. Chunk of damage. Officer does hit Vet 2 though. Here charging in. Does manage to flank around the machine gun. Cinder grenade out. Can't really follow up on that too much. Gets a little bit unlucky. Could even lose this to the Vickers. Nope. Does squad just go down up here? Full screen here? I think so. Kind of looks like it. I think I heard them say Some words that I can't repeat. YouTube friendly.
Taking fire!
This will be a good spot for the concussive grenade from the stern pios. We'll be able to win the engagement anyway, but maybe could have kept the Volksgrenadiers around. Even if they were low health, it would have been nice. Maybe they could come up here, cap the VP, then retreat. See, it would have been a good spot for the concussive grenade.
Unit ready.
Men, eyes up!
Here, resupply from Sasquatch, dropping in the mortar and the anti-tank gun. Still has quite a lot of resources, but we'll have to invest those into tech. Still doesn't have company command down yet.
Watch out! They're hitting our side!
So far, the Raketen, I don't think it's shot at AC once, right? It's got a pip of veterancy, but I think that's just from taking damage rather than dealing it.
Incoming fire!
Over's out next from Bull Moose. And is he saving for the Command Panther? He's not too far away from it, honestly. Might be the play. Is he backing away? Officer getting roasted. Could be a spot to throw a smoke grenade, maybe. Oh, where's he going with that? I think the sections will be able to wipe it on retreat, though. Risky, though. Trash grenades, here we go, first activation. Sasquatch paying attention though, dodges him very nicely. Would have been a good spot for the Volksgrenadiers to jump into the trench, honestly. Can't throw infiltration grenades from the trench, I suppose. But yeah, might have even been able to at least force away one squad. If not both, from that nice heavy cover position. Trench cover, I suppose, to be more precise.
The ability is ready.
Panther out, upgrading the machine gun extremely close to their mine, but hasn't quite triggered it. But because it's a Panther rather than a Panzer IV, the amount of bleed it's going to do, not particularly scary for Sasquatch. Sasquatch definitely overdue starting up its tech though. Huge amount of resources floating at this stage. And has been allowing the OKW player this easy fuel control down the bottom. Just like, that's like probably 8 minutes or so. Hasn't really contested there at all. Machine gun, as I said, still hasn't done any damage at all. So perhaps a slight hole in Sasquatch's capping. He's very focused on the north. But as I said, with AEC, maybe like an engineer combo, could very easily have cleared this out at almost any stage. And heading up to the north now though. Bringing in another raid section. Sasquatch burning through his manpower now, finally getting the company command going as well. Raid section also getting the Vickers K. Ooh, that officer, that was nasty damage, man.
Company command post is finished and ready for use.
Just surprised they went down that quickly. Tank gun. Oh boys, bring it back in. I think he wants to target the Panther, but that's not going to work out. Picks up the mid crates.
Tank guns is gone.
Can officer beat the Vickers K squad? He has to worry about his retreat path. Forced retreat, but I think the squad had already. No. Oh, there goes the mine. AEC pops the smoke. He could get away. Oh, he doesn't have the munitions for the smoke. He does now. Oh, but the Panther snipes him off. But unfortunate for Sasquatch.
We've just lost some armor.
Officer maybe making a dive for the Vickers. Okay. Unsuccessful. Anti-tank gun did get decrewed for Sasquatch. Panther's already far enough away though, so can't really come in and hope to finish it off. And trench getting turned against him. Doesn't have grenades. Raid section would be ideal for this since it does have those molotovs. Very good at clearing out trenches. So you might be able to just brute force them out anyway though. Even though the section's not in cover, still putting out enough damage to win that 2-on-1. You have to be aware that officer does have very good line of sight, so it can sometimes be hard to sneak up with your weapon teams. Try ambush. Yokodobi plays tank. Infiltration grenades out. Easy dodge again from Sasquatch though. Now Vickers blasting away the Ober squad. Suppressing now as well. Still no upgrades though for Sasquatch on his sections. How much are the medkits these days? 45. They're quite expensive to get a price increase. Rotating next. Only 40. Okay, Firefly first for Sasquatch. It's an interesting choice. I think he probably could have even gone for the Crocodile. Just gone straight away for Hammer or Anvil. As long as his anti-tank gun positioning is good. Should be able to fend off the Panther quite easily. Bull Moose up here. Gearing up for another attack in the north. Firefly in position, and at the moment, good sight for Sasquatch. Panther mobilizing. Ober's able to crawl all the way forwards while the Vickers is shooting at them and get the bundle grenade off, nearly getting the decrew. Firefly mobilizing, got the anti-tank gun right there as well. Firefly bouncing his first shot. Tank gun does not though. Firefly may be losing sight. No. Amount of damage onto the Panther. Engineers in the north getting picked apart. Tries to press forwards, but the flak base interrupting the cutoff attempt. Denied. Firefly requiring repairs now. It's a reasonable choice to back away all the way back to base since the Royal Engineers will be retreating back here. Can heal up, reinforce and repair at the same time. Command Panther just about back up. Bull Moose, a good chunk of resources. Got to decide what he wants next. Oof, nasty damage from the Sturm officer. They got the STG now. Hit 5. Quite strong with Vet. Activated force retreat. Here comes the Panther looking for the kill. There goes the anti-tank gun. Bad news for Sasquatch. His anti-tank gun positioning so far has been a bit weak. Vulnerable to the decrew. Firefly coming out. Has received a little bit of repairs. So won't die to 2 hits. I'm actually surprised the Command Panther decrewed that machine gun so quickly by itself. Officer managing to pick up that drop Vickers K from earlier. Sasquatch though with the overwhelming numbers winning this fight for the moment. Kitten for Bull Moose. Okay, stopping any further action from the Firefly. But No crew repairs in this commander. Doesn't have an easy option. Almost going for the Panzer IV next. Okay. Pretty close to being able to field another Panzer IV after that even. And that could actually be like a very strong timing. So 3 tanks could very easily overwhelm Sasquatch. Can be tricky to control though, especially at these kind of ranks. Those many tanks effectively. Raid sections are struggling a little bit since they don't have very good veterancy. Sections pushing forwards. Firefly is ready. Oh boy, Sternpires, no retreat. There they go now. Oh, but they do get away alive. Now here comes the OKW troops charging forwards.
We have 200
It's a
points now.
scary fighting force. Yeah, you'd be right to retreat like that. Firefly backing away, got the flare up from the Command Panther. Maybe looking for a dive on the Firefly. This could be trouble. We've got the mine there though, might not narrowly avoid it for the moment. Got a regular Churchill coming in for Sasquatch. Oh, but the Firefly's in some trouble. Command Panther backing away at a very good timing. Oh, but the Panzer IV bouncing a shot. That's rare. Engineers coming in for the snare, and here comes the Churchill. It looks like he might back over the mine even. The Panther does get away alive, but here comes the Churchill. Should be able to one-on-one this quite safely. Where's the Rakitten? Back at base for Bull Moose. Nothing to bail it out. Churchill just needs to keep pressing forwards. And there we go. Now it can have a field day against all this infantry. Oh, that Command Panther is so badly damaged. Even if the Command Panther does come in, it does have the range advantage, but so low in health could very easily just go down to the Churchill. They do have very good moving performance on the main gun. Hit 2 on that Firefly. That was a close call. Lucky break that it bounced the Panzer IV shot. Churchill's got too much health to get snared that easily. Branching out to the north again, Sasquatch. Still awaiting repairs. Can, you know, reinforce and repair at the same time. Sandbags up on the VP. Looking at VP, Sasquatch is around 200 behind, so a bit of a tough position. I was looking for the grenades. Dodges up to north. But they were a bit sticky on the cover. End up taking a lot of damage from the grenade even after the dodge. And no retreats! Oh no! One squad down. Got one of the LMGs as well. The Obers can pick that up. All the weapons from the Brit player. Now in the hands of Bull Moose. Picks up and retreats. I don't think I'd be retreating with my Obers. I'd probably look to put up a booby trap and then maybe consider retreating after that. Because he's up against a Churchill, it's not like a Cromwell or something where if it runs up to the north you're going to get chased down on retreat by like a fast tank. Churchill won't be able to keep pace with the retreating squad and get that wipe on retreat.
Improved grenades are being supplied to Tommies.
Okay, grenades out now for Sasquatch. Has gone for the heavy upgrade on engineers. So I think one of them now is going to have the double Vickers K, right? Probably pretty strong. Rebuild on the Panzer IV for Bull Moose, not deterred. think in this particular scenario I probably wouldn't be rebuilding the Panzer IV.
A new infantry section
It
is ready
doesn't
for
really
battle.
have enough penetration to contend with the Churchill that effectively. I think double Panthers would actually be better, or maybe a Yak Panzer. It's already doing pretty well in the infantry department. Oh boy, but maybe I spoke too soon. There goes a Volksgrenadier. Connecting Raketen, coming around the corner, gonna hit this mine. Make retreat on the Sturmies, there they go. Another squad of Sturmpios in some trouble. They briefly thought about going for that, but have to give up on it. Oh, but now the Churchill's in some trouble. There go the Obers, so do the Royal Engineers. There goes the Churchill though. Firefly. Looking to chase in, hoping to get the killing blow on the Panther. It's quite slow. Panther also not popping the Blitz could really aid with this getaway. Firefly decides to disengage. But Bull Moose, I think, getting a bit overwhelmed. Very late on almost all of his retreats. Cost him his Obers, Sturmpios and Volksgrenadiers in the centre. So now he's really far behind in the infantry game. Did manage to take down that Churchill though. I think he also wiped one of the engineers, which I think was the double Vickers engineer as well. The other one just picking up a Bren now, which
A new engineer section is waiting
is not
for
ideal.
orders.
Vickers is much better suited to their weapon profile.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Pyrotechnics now on this section. Extra sight is really helpful for the Firefly, so do, if you've got medics back at base, I do recommend getting the Pyrotechnics. Very nice upgrade, especially with Anvil. There's airburst shells. Really strong at knocking out OKW bases. Double Shreks and a Sweeper now. Does mean that these Sturmpios are quite prone to dropping their weapons. The OKW tank's still very low. Sturmpios didn't do any repairs, just going for the capture. Flares up from the Command Panther. And the points are going to be on the drain for Bull Moose for the first time in a long time. He's got plenty in reserve though, 370. Now back for repairs. Tommy squads can do some capping. They can cap on the edge of that cutoff. Just don't want to get too close to the flak gun. Yeah, probably was a touch close. Yep, there we go.
All gun batteries reporting. Reconnaissance by flare now.
Okay, there we go. Crawls out to safety. Churchill rebuild from Sasquatch, which is probably a fine choice. It is quite a bit cheaper than the Crocodile. He's not up against like a whole bunch of support weapons, which would make the Crocodile just way, way, way better than the regular Churchill. In this particular instance, the regular Churchill should be just fine. Another mine going down. Yeah, a few more mines. Looking to punish Bull Moose, who does have the Sweeper. Also gone for a second Sturmpio to try speed up repairs, which I think is a reasonable decision. Still hasn't crewed that mortar though. Plays a little bit low on manpower at the moment. Rebuilding their armies. Another Volksgrenadier for Bull Moose. Okay, Panzer IV coming down. Does have the Raketen right there. There's a bit of extra defense. Oh boy, he's on top of his own mine. Churchill very lucky that that mine didn't trigger. Could have been engine damage. Raketen able to shoot from this long range because the Sturm officer provides some sight there. Some trouble on its retreat path, but it looks like it will get away. Jumping out of the trench, gonna look for the anti-tank grenades. There it goes. Firefly backing off somewhat. Churchill considering coming back in. Hasn't pushed forwards with the Raketen at all. Firefly missing though, crucial shot. Oh, Firefly connecting. He's got sight. Firefly coming in. Connecting on the Panzer IV though. And there we go. This time he's not so lucky. The mine does trigger on his own tank, but the Raketen getting melted by the British infantry. They're not providing any more sight though. No, they're not chasing in. Attack ground attempt maybe. Firefly does not connect. Up to Vet 3 now though. He's got that bonus damage, which is very helpful against the Panthers. The trade's ultimately bad for Bull Moose. At the very least, Sasquatch hasn't killed the decrewed Raketen, so can maybe jump back onto that. Not recover, but that Panzer IV is well and truly dead. Firefly repairs coming in first. I'm going to go on to double time during this period where both players are just basically only repairing up their tanks. Alright, big force coming to the north for Bull Moose. Does have the extra sight on the officer. Oh. See how far the officer can see. It's crazy. Really, really strong. Can help you pick your engagements. Maybe run around these sandbags and see head on into them. Might be able to win this one. This is a prime candidate for grenades. Or maybe accidental retreating all of them when you only want to retreat the one health, one model squad. They didn't have the munitions for the grenade there, so understandable. Moose has drained out 50 or so VPs. Quite slow though. Never getting that triple cap going. This bottom machine gun has seen some combat at some stage. Tiny lick of veterancy, but I think there's only been one probe down the bottom so far. And now a Cromwell for Sasquatch. Does have a bit more room in his pop cap. Could go for something a bit more expensive than that, but Cromwell it is. Line attack from Bull Moose interrupted by the Churchill. Let's cancel that though, get his resources back. Don't think we've got any sweepers. There's maybe one hull of Sasquatch at the moment. Vulnerable to the mine, and the Churchill is especially vulnerable once it has engine damage. Its top speed is so slow. Double Shreks looking for the Firefly. Only one of them connecting though. Oh boy, Command Panther spinning around on the spot. That's cool. The double Shreks connecting now though as well. Probably time to disengage. You're going to start dropping miles too quickly to get any further damage in. Fit 3 brain sections. Ouch. Ooh. Wow, that was with the main gun. It looked like they were quite clumped up. Full screen here. Looks like from the uniform going down. I thought that might have been like a grenade, but he's not quite V1 on that. Close to it though. Almost really struggling for manpower at the moment. Can't be taking engagements like this. Unupgraded Obers just charging in to vet up squads. It's too much manpower to be losing. No good reason. He's not recrewed the Raketen down here either. Looks like he might have forgotten about it. Very, very helpful though, given the trio of British army he's up against. Don't have the backup ready to rumble. Officer though in 2-on-1. Misses his first shot. Cromwell chasing in a little bit far. They're a bit too slow on the reload though, doesn't quite get a second shot in. Cromwell backs away unscathed. Churchill's healthy. Firefly next on the repair queue. Panther in the north, he's making a dash for the victory point. Just out of range. No, there he goes. Does get it off. Shriek's coming in. And big damage. Cromwell backing away. No, still there. Shreks finished the job. And there we go. Sterners in the north. Maybe the smoke can help them get away safely. It does. So Sasquatch not backing away at all with Cromwell. The double Shreks maybe catching them off guard on those stern posts, but they have fired a few times at a few different tanks, so should be expecting the double Shreks. So that's, you know, a good start for Bull Moose as he mounts his comeback. Evens up the army sizes a touch. And for a second machine gun now, for holding on to the VPs. Sasquatch is very low in that department, 85 remaining. Nicely done with the mine. Oh, Churchill coming in. Looking to knock out the HQ. Just gonna solo it. Command Panther not rotating. Currently fighting the infantry. So Bull Moose at risk maybe of losing his tech truck. Loads of fuel in reserve. Could maybe just go for like a mechanized King Tiger, but that's very slow given his manpower attrition. So losing this tech truck is very costly. So far I don't think we've seen Bull Moose use the Blitz at all on his Panther. Something he needs to fix. A few occasions where the extra speed will be very helpful, such as this one. Coming down to try and protect his tech truck from getting destroyed. Arrives, but it's too late. Churchill able to just knock it out freely. Churchill looking to go toe to toe. Doesn't have the Firefly nearby for reinforcements though, so I don't think this is going to go too well for the Churchill. Getting a good rear armor shot in though. Here comes the Firefly now. His first shot, Panther missing. Panther continuing to press forwards. No, disengaging now. Two guys connect once. It's a good time to retreat. Don't want to get laser beamed down by those LMGs.
A Firefly is ready
Is
to
the
give
British
someone a
play going to
bloody
pick up
nose.
Ricketten? No. Second Firefly out for Sasquatch. Will leave his Churchill much more free to engage with infantry, I suppose, but maybe a touch overkill for just the solo Panther, especially now that Bull Moose can't go for another tank. That guy's definitely doing a dab, right? Okay. Good grenade. There you go. The sections. Churchill in the north. Point straining against Sasquatch. He's under a lot of pressure. No snaring squads up here though, so Churchill free to get stuck in, do as much as he can. The crush action attempted. Panther rotating to the north now. Vet 3. Do have one Firefly, but it's a little bit further behind. Facing the wrong direction as well. Mobilizing at the moment. Maybe he heard the Panther through the fog of war. Churchill still has a lot of health. Pops the smoke to back away safely. Firefly trading, not an ideal fight. Oh, here comes the second Firefly though. Firefly should be charging forwards. They might lose sight of him. No, the Firefly connects on the move. And there goes the Command Panther. Bull Moose now is really in trouble. He's got a lot of VPs to try to grind his way back in, but with his tech truck down, his options are very limited at the moment. It might almost be worth just not going for another tank. Strange as that seems, you know, he's up against double Fireflies, which can't do very much against infantry at all. Just go for pure Raketans at this stage, because if he does end up going for the King Tiger, will be a sitting duck for the double Fireflies, especially if Sasquatch goes for those tulip rockets. They're very good at stunning the KT in place. You can combo them together, you know, tulip rockets they connect, then tulip rockets the other one, then the King Tiger's stunned for a very long time.
25 points left. Nil best by random, as they say.
Try and press onto the VP again. And does manage to get them neutralized. 23 remaining for Sasquatch. Churchill extremely low to the Shreks. Now the Firefly's in some trouble as well. Big old flank from this section though. These guys will have been in suppression for long enough now. They start taking a lot of damage from this machine gun. Had to reload though actually. To save them from a couple model drops. Okay, so capping in the bottom now. Sasquatch finally. Still has a lot of manpower spare, but not too much to spend it on. Maybe could consider going for another Royal Engineer. Or maybe not, now that he's picked up that machine gun. He was outnumbered.
Enemy threatening a capture
Very
point.
low. Bull Moose capping in the center though. Churchill's still out back waiting for repairs. Engineers though in combat. Probably should make a dash for this heavy cover position. Oof. Section blob pretty strong though. Thought I had a vehicle back here, but apparently not. So, forced almost completely off the map now, Bull Moose. Doesn't have much territory connected either. In some big trouble. Planting mines, a decent idea for Sasquatch since he's so low on VPs. He desperately needs to repair up his Churchill though. Without that, he's in some big trouble. Engineers are running back here to do some repairs. This could be another time we're retreating back. Reinforcing, repairing at base would be a better idea. Oof, squad down.
Squad knocked out.
There's a base out to fire coming out with the airburst shells. Now making a dash to the bottom. Uh-oh, this could be trouble for Sasquatch. Sending the Firefly down there, but it does have a machine gun, and maybe you can get some lucky hits with the main gun.
A capture point is being
There's
overrun.
that double Shrek squad there. Sasquatch got to do something about these VPs. He's got nothing anywhere close to the top, and that's also covered by a machine gun. This is really bad news for Sasquatch. Built himself a raid section. Just needs more repairs though, man. Churchills are so hard to repair. They've got so much health. Kind of need 3 squads, especially if you don't have like vehicle crew repairs or anything else to boost your repairs. Points are draining down to 22. Here comes the raid section now, but not really in a good spot
We're losing a capture point.
to cap. Oh, MG manages to make its way up to here and get to the heavy cover position. This machine gun maybe a touch too far back, didn't spot it coming in time. Now is it going to end up getting forced away? So that's kind of a lucky break for Sasquatch, that machine gun too far back. Sandbags working out nicely. He did plant those sandbags too. And now the MG in the north getting laser beamed down. No retreat at all from Bull Moose.
We lost a gun crew.
He's capping in the north though. 16 VPs left for Sasquatch. Churchill not fully repaired, but he's bringing it into the center. Trying to do anything possible to avoid losing right now. Here comes the Churchill. Oh, forced retreat, but that should only hit one of the engineers. Pushing the officer out of the capping circle.
Push the
10 remaining, but should get neutralized in time, maybe with 9 still on the clock. So it's alright. Sasquatch still living. Bull Moose has banked up a tremendous amount of resources. If he did find that mechanized at some stage, could maybe consider that King Tiger. As I said though, I don't think it'll go terribly well this game. No dodge on the grenades. Tricks connecting. Oversaw darting down. Oh, has to run the gauntlet past all that howitzer fire. Does get away with those double trick stem, so it's a very lucky break. Drop the LMG as well. Doesn't have a weapon slot free for it, however. Or does he? He's only got one Vickers K, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can't see the guns. Alright, we're going to go on double time for a bit. While Bull Moose is waiting in his base. Here he comes. He's coming to the north. He's got the radio silence activated.
Both force emplacements can now be built.
And that's Sasquatch
Damned enemies
hearing
trying to take a point from
that
us.
radio silence noise, tipping him off to what's coming. Coming in from quite a few different angles. I'm not on fast forward anymore. That's just the speed buff from radio silence activated. Allowing a dash for the northern VP. Got a section up here. Here comes the Churchill as well.
An HMG crew has been lost to enemy
Deacon
action.
on the machine gun, going for the decap now. Fortunately, it is in a touch of trouble. No retreat. And down they go. Jumps on top of the machine gun. Churchill, though, could do a lot of damage. Oof. Going for the capture. Sturm officer holding out for a bit longer. He throws out the smoke, which is a reasonable idea. There goes another squad from Bull Moose, though. That was the double Shrek squad. Doesn't have much anti-tank anymore. There goes the machine gun. Hiding inside the smoke. Bull Moose calls the GG. Smoke wears off. Squad goes down super quickly. 3 points remaining. 2, 1. Not GG. Bull Moose's last stand in the north fails. And now he's got nothing. He's got a lot of resources. I suppose that's what he's got. Maybe he thought he'd won the game. He did call GG. He's not doing anything. He's rebuilding his functionality. He's going to go on double time until he does something. Okay, Sturm officer, he's just going all infantry.
Grenadier, ready for action.
Did lose a lot of his veterancy and a lot of his weapon equipped squads as well up here.
MG-34 gun crew ready for
Did I
action.
hear that both was tech
Enemy
for
causing trouble,
Sasquatch?
trying to take one of our points.
I think he did take it, right? Yep. Wow. Mines, mines, mines.
Enemy threatening a capture
Jumping
point.
into the center. Engineers gonna stop that. Firefly in here doing its best with its machine gun. Main gun as well. Oh, mines, mines, mines. Squad's
Our
going
capture
down
point.
all over the
They're
show.
trying to take it.
MG getting laser beamed down. So many LMGs.
Has been lost.
Not quite Bull Moose, not quite. Maybe making a dash for the north. that one's guarded by the church, although it's not going to have much luck up there. Good amount of mines though from Sasquatch. Has left the centre a little bit undefended. We're paid to leave at least one, even if it's super low health squad. Just act as a bit of defense. So he's going to make a dash for the north. Bull Moose. 1 VP remaining. Here he comes. 2 sections up here now though. His squad's unvetted. Maybe spotted them coming with the section. The extra sight. MG jump on top of. Churchill could come forwards with the crew grenades, clear that up pretty easily. Suppression working. Sturmpires need to get into the capture circle immediately. There they go now.
Causing trouble, trying to take one of
Should
our
be able to
points.
get them neutralized. I don't know about the capture though. Here comes the section. Gonna jam it in the nick of time. Just not enough to get the job done. And Bull Moose throws in the towel. Well, it was a tight one in the end. Very close game. Sasquatch, though, pulls it off. Nicely done. The mine's really helping. Very tight, though. I think a lot of issues with Sasquatch's play are just repairs on its tanks. Very, very slow to complete. Could maybe have done with a third engineer as well. And yeah, as I said, could do that trick where you treat your engineers and then have your tanks sitting there, so as they are reinforcing, they are repairing their tanks at the same time, save a bit of time. But yeah, manages to pull this one off. Very close call. I think ultimately Bull Moose losing his share probably cost him the game. I mean, it was getting shot at just slowly by Churchill. Didn't have anything assisting it. No anti-tank gun, no base howitzers. Had plenty of time to respond, but got there far too slowly. And at that point, just, yeah, couldn't come back. No tanks. GG. Anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.